Welcome back to Next Stop Churro Car. We are changing up our pace tonight. So we found our way over to Port Orleans Riverside, which, by the way, we are staying at, so we're not just randomly here. But instead of running around the parks and the hustle and bustle and all that good stuff, we're having dinner. And where are we having dinner?
We're having dinner tonight at Boatwright, which is a sit-down restaurant here at Port Orleans Riverside. So it is a table service, and it only is open for dinner. So we're gonna eat here for dinner, and then we're gonna sneak over to French Quarter, and we're gonna get some beignets. So come along with us as we enjoy dinner at Boatwright's. Last time we were here, I did a resort tour. I love Disney resorts because they all have a story. And here at Port Orleans Riverside, it's a boat making factory. I love this stuff. I just think it's fun. So there is a boat that's being made, and you're supposed to be in the Boatwright's workshop. So all the tools on the wall are the tools that they would use to make the boats. So I just find it fun, and when you know what's going on behind the scenes, quote unquote, the story behind the resort. So that's this resort's story, is that they are making the boats that go up and down the Mississippi River. And you're eating in a Boatwright's workshop.
Let's talk drinks. So tonight I went with the watermelon lemonade. Now it was between this option or the zero proof cocktail known as the Agave Garden. Our server told us that tends to come out a little inconsistent, and usually it pleases half the guests while disappointing the other half. So because of that, I went with the safer, sweeter option, watermelon lemonade, no alcohol in this drink. This thing is so crisp, refreshing. It is perfect. We say this a lot on this channel, mainly because it's true. Florida, it's known for its heat and humidity. We've been walking around all day in Hollywood Studios, which is a park that lacks shade and cool spots that aren't indoors. So we're a little overheated. But anyway, coming in here and getting this crisp lemonade, it tastes like if you melt a watermelon flavored Jolly Rancher down, put it over ice, garnish it with lemon. Oh my gosh, so crisp, so refreshing, so sweet. I hope that refills are free because I'm probably going to want a second one. It's that good.
So I grabbed the pomegranate lemonade, and it's delicious. It's super good. Erica was telling us, and Erica's our server tonight, they make all of these lemonades from scratch. So they start with a watermelon syrup or pomegranate syrup, then they kind of mix it together until it's very smooth. It's delicious. I've had both of them. They're both excellent. So if you're here and you're needing a non-alcoholic drink, both of the lemonades we highly recommend.
The food at this restaurant, we might have found the hidden gem of all hidden gems in all of Disney World. This stop, I'm just going to answer this right now. This stop is a must visit whenever you come to Disney World. It's so good.
It is. It's really good. We had heard from some people that this was a good place to stop. I've seen a number of reviews, but you never know. You never know until you personally come and try it out. Mm-hmm. This was amazing.
I had the prime rib. I would definitely suggest to get it blackened, which it says that it's offered blackened on request. And basically that just means that they season it a little bit initially, and then it cooks a little bit better, enhances the flavors, and oh my gosh, this was up there with steakhouse level, but the cost of it is $39. Now, that may be an expensive plate out there for some people. I'm not knocking if that's you, but what I am going to say is, for that price to get that quality of a meal and the mashed potatoes and the green beans that came with it, it is like grandma's secret recipe for Christmas dinner. So good. You have to get the prime rib. 1000% recommend it. What did you get?
I got the chicken, the crispy chicken. My big issue with chicken every time that I get it is that chicken just dries out so easily, especially when you fry it. This was a very juicy piece of meat. It was golden brown. Yes. It was delicious. And then it was on an ancient grain that I can't remember the name of. They take it and they make it risotto style, and it was with a green pea flavor, which I thought was a little strange, I'm not gonna lie. It was amazing. It was so good. I'm blown away. I really am blown away by this restaurant. And we say that often. I think mostly because we come into these places kind of having low expectations, because even though we come here all the time, it's still Disney. Like, we don't have like up here expectations for some of these restaurants. Because you can't. But I was talking to Tyler while we were eating, and I told him, I said, you know how sometimes Disney food has that taste? Like, it's hard to describe, but if you know, you know. This tastes like food that was prepared in the back by Grandma. She lovingly made each dish that has been sent out.
Let me just try and describe it as this. Disney food can sometimes taste on the artificial end.
That's a good word for it.
And this was authentic.
Yes.
So good.
Yes.
We both kind of tried bites off each other's plates, and even though we just gave very high praise to both dishes, I think Anne would order the prime rib on another visit. I would 1,000% get that chicken. Both dishes were just out of this world.
Yes.
So,
and I don't think we picked the best dishes on the menu. I think that this is just a great restaurant. So if you're looking for an elevated restaurant to come try, get over to Boatwright's at Port Orleans Riverside. I think it's well worth taking some time out of the park to come and enjoy this restaurant.
we're not done. We are actually walking from Riverside to French Quarter because we're going to get one of the most iconic breakfast, brunch, dessert treats, whatever you want to call it, in all of Disney World. We're getting beignets.
I feel like we went from being like, here's a super hidden gem that you don't know about, to here's what everybody and their mother gets when they go to Disney. How much was dinner tonight?
It was $75 before our annual pass holder discount, and then we did leave a tip, so that $75 does not include the tip. While that might be elevated for some, I think for the quality meal that you get at Disney with Disney prices, I think that's phenomenal.
Here's the scoop. Like, at the end of the day, even though we're like, come out, enjoy it, it's the greatest meal we've ever had, we know that people aren't. And unfortunately, Port Orleans Riverside is just not on most people's stops when they come to Disney World, which is sad because it was really, really good. But what was nice is that this was like an elevated meal without, like, we dressed up because this is our date night. But we didn't have to. We could have shown up in park attire. But it was such a quiet restaurant. I thought maybe it just wasn't very busy. We were just in a not busy part of the restaurant, but all the rest of it was packed. You wouldn't guess. It was so lovely and so quiet. I mean, just a 10 out of 10. We would 1,000% recommend this. We're coming into French Quarter now, which is cool. We've actually never walked over here. The architecture is just a little bit different. This fits a little bit more of a New Orleans vibe.
This place immediately gets high praise for the fact that it is jazz themed. If you guys know a little Tyler lore, you know that I studied jazz when I went to Sonoma State University. Big fan still to this day of jazz, and Sonoma State for that matter. If you really want to know, which I hope you do, jazz is my go-to rainy day music. Love it.
Just so you know, if you're coming from Port Orleans Riverside, you're going to enter in through the back of the lobby. And so it's going to be to your right. If you enter in from the actual entrance, it's going to be to your left. It's Scat Cat Club. They serve beignets. It's kind of the only thing they do. And then it's a Joffrey's coffee shop as well. So you can get your coffee there and you can get your beignets. Then we enjoyed the beignets. Oh my gosh, they were so good.
Delicious.
A beignet is just it's a donut, but it's not. Like, if I actually said that out loud to somebody who knew what beignets were, they'd be like, how dare you?
Just one little quick note about the beignets. Very messy,
yes,
which your kids will love, but you might not. So the other thing I'm really thankful about is there is a water station very close to the Scat Cat spot where you get the beignets. That powdered sugar will dry out your mouth. So make sure you have full water. And if you don't, well, lucky for you, there's ice water nearby. What a great night. And this, just for context, is our first night of our trip. What a great way to start off our trip.
Yeah.
So much fun. And it prompts me to this idea. With going to Riverside and going to French Quarter, it almost feels like that broken date night idea that we've done a couple of times now. Anne, what do you think about possibly doing like a random wheel spin of broken dinner through different resorts? Appetizer, entree, and dessert,
Like a
but we
list.
spin the wheel of all the resorts.
Oh, that would be fun. I love that idea, actually.
Maybe that's something we do in the future.
Yeah, I think that'd be fun. Make it random.
If you enjoyed this video, give us a like, a comment, or subscribe if you're new. You can find us on TikTok, Instagram, and of course YouTube. From Anne and I here at French Quarter, there's nothing else to say other than we'll see you guys at the next stop.